Train Sim World 5 Roadmap January 2025. TLDR too long, didn't read summary. 1. Content up ahead. Pfälzische Ludwigsbahn, arriving January 30th. Mittenwaldbahn, releasing in February. 2. Season of Reveals Recap. We recap the exciting add-ons on the way to TSW that we revealed in December, with all the key information and details in one place and a few bonus screenshots to gaze upon. 3. Thomas and Friends Trademark visit the West Somerset Railway. In collaboration with our friends and Mattel, Thomas and Friends Trademark visit the West Somerset Railway will be an add-on coming to Train Sim World next year, with entirely story-driven gameplay and a fun narrative that follows the adventures of Thomas and his friends during their visit to the West Somerset Railway. 4. Patches and updates. New TSW5 patch coming this month. 5. Community Corner. Free starter pack now ended. January monthly mastery challenge. Xbox publisher sale and keep Sherman Hill for free. City Transport Simulator, tram full release in consoles. TSW Track 2025. The Train Sim World Roadmap. Welcome to the roadmap for Train Sim World 5, where we share insights into our progress on new content, updates and future announcements for developments from both our teams and our range of third-party partners. This is our first article of the year. We hope you all had a fantastic holiday season. If you're joining us for the first time, this roadmap is a monthly check-in that will begin the conversation between our team and all of our community to share what you can expect coming up this year for the title, from both Dovetail and our external partner teams, including brand new announcements, updates, and sneak peeks on our routes and development, as well as new ways for you to get involved with mastery rewards and upcoming events. Today, let's recap and summarize all the new exciting reveals we got over December, from the whopping 18 add-ons we shared more details about, and the fantastic announcement of Mattel's Thomas and Friends trademark coming soon to Train Sim World. Our teams are staying active in community spaces to gather your feedback and reports to work towards addressing as many of these top-raised issues as quickly as we can. In this article, you'll also find a section updating you on our progress and development for key fixes coming to TSW5 and details about what you can expect from our next patch. Be sure to join us for our Roadmap live stream tonight, Tuesday, January 14th at 1900 UTC, where we'll discuss all of this live and answer your questions in the chat. You can find a stream event link at the end of this article. Content up ahead. Pfälzische Ludwigsbahn, Mannheim, Kaiserslautern arriving January 30th. The third of our DTG Direct Ticket reveals is coming soon. Pfälzische Ludwigsbahn is coming to Train Sim World 5 on 30th January. There's been a lot of reveals and announces over the last few weeks and months, so if you're still in a spin over all the forthcoming content for Train Sim World, here's where we're up to on Pfälzische Ludwigsbahn. So far, we've talked about 1. Basic details during the DTG Direct Ticket segment. 2. A brief update in our October roadmap. 3. More details in our 19th December reveal. Pfälzische Ludwigsbahn, Mannheim, Kaiserslautern is the first German route add-on to come to Train Sim World 5, covering an area to the south of Frankfurt with a host of familiar trains and rolling stock. The traffic is diverse, with both S-Bahn and ICE services represented across a route that features a hub of activity at Mannheim and open countryside out east towards Kaiserslautern. The route. An historically important main line, the Pfälzische Ludwigsbahn was built in sections throughout the mid-1800s. The line originally terminated on the western side of the Rhine at Letzikhafen but was quickly extended over the eastern bank to Mannheim, followed eventually by the movement of the former station to create a seamless through line. The line has two distinct halves over 65 kms, straight and level tracks rule the way between Mannheim and Neustadt, immediately after which the tone of the line changes completely. A wall of force punctuates the start of tight curves and close-up valleys, the rails gradually making their way further west to Kaiserslautern. Mannheim Hauptbahnhof is the second largest traffic hub in southwestern Germany and hosts a variety of services from local S-Bahn to ICE. This reflects Mannheim's status as the second largest city in Baden-Württemberg. As trains depart Mannheim, they cross the state border between Baden-Württemberg and Rhineland-Palatinate. At the other end of the line is the historic and cultural town of Kaiserslautern, near the Palatinate Forest. Along the way lie 14 intermediate stations, including Neustadt and Frankensteinfeld Station near to where the Schlossberg Tunnel passes under Frankenstein Castle. The trains. Included in Pfälzische Ludwigsbahn are 4 trains/locomotives that have been seen in previous Train Sim World add-ons, resulting in a busy and varied scene at some of the route's principal stations, as was the case in the early 2010s. Some of these trains have received updates and improvements over their previous versions seen in other Train Sim World routes. If you're new to German content in Train Sim World 5, this add-on offers a good opportunity to add a wide selection of rolling stock to your collection with the purchase of one route add-on. DBBR 425. Running the bulk of the timetabled services is the DBBR 425 EMU, servicing S-Bahn passengers between Mannheim and Kaiserslautern. This EMU has been worked on over its previous versions, with a number of simulation elements improved to the secondary air system, including air suspension and the air-powered Sanders. The EMU also comes in a red DB S-Bahn Rhein-Neckar livery to represent the area for this route add-on. DBBR 406 ICE 3M. The DBBR 406 ICE E3M was first introduced to the Köln-Aachen route add-on release way back in 2020. These high-speed trains, capable of 330 km/h, are used widely across Germany and across borders into neighboring countries such as France, Belgium, and the Netherlands. For Pfälzische Ludwigsbahn, this train has been improved to bring it up to the standards of the DBBR 403 IC seen in Kassel Wisberg, with particular attention given to the way the train performs under braking. DBBR 185 plus SGG MRSS, Zakens and Roost freight wagons. Working both passenger and freight trains is the DBBR 185 member of the TRAX family. This electric locomotive is the most recent version seen in add-ons such as Salzburg Rosenheim and S-Bahn Vorarlberg. DBBR 111 plus Doppelstock coaches and cab car. For classic traction, the DBBR 111 from the recent Train Sim World 5 gameplay pack is included, featuring the variation to its pantograph. It utilizes a tap changer control system with both manual and semi-automatic input, bringing a different style of operation to that seen on contemporary locomotives. Additional service layers. With a timetable depicting a variety of services, from local to express and passenger to freight, players with other add-ons in their collection will be able to see AI and operate additional playable services along the route. These will include: note, the BR101 layers/substitutions come from the original DBBR 101 add-on. We'll provide a deeper dive into the timetable and its layers closer to release. A note for players on 8th generation consoles. After reviewing performance, we've amended the timetable to provide a suitable experience for those on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and the timetable will feature a reduced number of services. Train Sim World 5, Pfälzische Ludwigsbahn, Mannheim, Kaiserslautern route add-on will release on 30th January for Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Epic Games Store, and Steam for Euros 35.99/pound 29.99/$39.99. Season of Reveals Recap. We hope you had a chance to enjoy all of our exciting new announcements in December. As part of our holiday seasonal event today, we want to recap all these upcoming add-ons for TSW that are on the way, with the key information and details all in one place and a few bonus screenshots to gaze upon. Mittenwaldbahn, Innsbruck, Garmisch-Partenkirchen from TSG releasing in February. Starting off, we hope you're ready for the first backdated Austrian route coming to TSW next month. We'll be traversing the steep mountainous railway of the Mittenwald Pass and heading cross-border between Austria and Germany. Set in 1989, with 15 stations to explore over 63 km of track. TSG have shared new screenshots with us in this roadmap for you all to relish. Strap in and board the new Ulma BB 1020 Crocodile locomotive in OBB blood orange livery, as well as the DBB BR 111 in DB blue and cream and a range of passenger coaches and wagons. Metrolink F59 PHR loco add-on. Next, we reveal the North American Classic, the Metrolink F59 PHR, in its white livery, hustling along the San Bernardino line or across the Antelope Valley line. This is a modern, rebuilt variant of the local, identified by the R designation in the name, and you'll be able to get an alternative experience depending on where you decide to take it. London Overground Mildmay line from Incredible Trains. We announced the new upcoming London Overground Mildmay line, Stratford, Williston Junction add-on, featuring the 12-mile section of North London, brought to you by our latest third-party solo developer, Incredible Trains. We've got a few new screenshots to share with you all today, including a first glimpse inside the Class 378 Capital Star that you'll be operating. Get ready for intense 8 trains per hour gameplay, featuring freight traffic and AI on multiple main lines. As for the scenery, expect to find iconic key landmarks such as the Olympic Park and the HS1 tunnel entrance from the Southeastern High-Speed Route. Discover new screenshots on our Season of Reveals Week 1 summary thread, and stay tuned for more news from our teams when Mildmay will be arriving. The ARC Class 86/2 and MK2F coaches from Just Trains. Another new announce came from the Just Trains team, who unveiled their development on the Class 86/2 and MK2D coaches. We reached out to them for new screenshots and details since the reveal, and you can catch up on their recent dev blog. Just Trains. Excellent progress is being made on the Class 86/2, and this latest in development update covers the internal areas, in particular the differences between the Class 87/0 and Class 86/2 cabs. The general thinking is that the Class 86 and the 87 are basically the same, and although that is not untrue in some areas, as normal, the devil is in the detail. We will let the images do the talking, but for those who want more details, here they are. Class 86/2 vs Class 87/0. 1. 3 cab windscreens. 2. Many more screws. 3. Older style front panels with lifting handles. 4. Older style wiper switch. 5. Manual wiper washer valve. 6. Horn missing rubber surround. 7. Additional driver safety device holdover button on the driver's side. 8. Bank of switches presented in one line. 9. Only one notch indicator gauge. 10. Vacuum brake pipe and chamber dual gauge. 11. Wiper motors. 12. Manual wiper handles. 13. Smaller driver and secondman windscreen blinds. 14. Max speed 100 mph sticker. 15. No parking brake operation panel. 16. Double armed wipers. 1. Window and bulkhead door. 2. Visible protection of line clips. 3. Electric shock poster moved to right hand side. 4. Handbrake wheel. 5. Altered top equipment area. 6. Fire bell moved down from top equipment area and now next to the door. 7. 2 types of heating rings, small in cab 1 and large in cab 2. ECMO diesel railtors pack from Athena Simulations. Athena Simulations are bringing us some brand new details for their ECMO diesel railtors pack for both the East Coast mainline route and including timetables across TSW5 as a whole. Included are 3 iconic diesel locomotives, with the British Rail Class 40 Whistler, Class 45 Peak, and a brand new Class 47, 47,484 Isambard Kingdom Brunel. The pack is rounded out with the inclusion of custom MK1 carriages in BR Blue, answering fan requests for these much-loved carriages, with custom 3D modeling in BR Blue and gray liveries. Included in the pack are the BG, SO, ESO, and FK variants. The iconic 47,484 Isambard Kingdom Brunel will substitute into existing timetables for a wide range of routes, including timetable integration for West Coast Mainline, Preston Carlisle and Blackwell branches, Preston Blackwell and Ormskirk routes from Just Trains, both natural homes for the Class 47. The loco, featured in its special edition livery, was often used on numerous railtors and hauled the Royal Train from its base at Old Oak Common Shed. The Athena team have recreated the variations in each cab end after the real locomotive was rebuilt from accidental damage. The pack includes 10 scenarios, with new features such as depot movements, the opportunity to run around your train, and coupling double-headed formations for very special railtors along the ECMO. A range of AI services have been created for each of the scenarios, including layering of appropriate rolling stock from other UK routes. A new timetable update to Schnellfahrstreck Köln-Aachen, counting in with a complete rewrite from the ground up and boosting the total service count. An upcoming update is on the way to Köln-Aachen and will include new AI services, taking the original 552 total all the way up to just over 4,000. This will be a free update for owners of the Köln-Aachen route and includes new services you'll already be familiar with for the Re1, Re9, S-Bahn, and ICE. Additionally, you'll be able to drive the Re8 and RB27 in both directions, and there are new DMU services for the RB20 and RB38 run by the 642, as well as new ICE1 and Flix train services between Köln HBF and Aachen HBF. Manchester Airport commuter from Alan Thompson Simulation. Explore 27 miles of track between Manchester Piccadilly and Alderley Edge coming from the ATS teams in Manchester Airport commuter. The route includes two key spines, a mainline via Stockport and the Style line via Manchester Airport, converging at Wilmslow. Both branches offer busy commuter traffic into the heart of Manchester and recently formed of the BE network. Discover and improve Manchester Piccadilly, featuring a full station concourse including fully explorable Metrolink and taxi rank areas. Also find multiple model depots along the route, including at Ardwick, Wanside, Manchester International and Stockport sidings. Cargo Line Vol, Free and Vol, 4 packs from Skyhook Games. As final reveal from Skyhook Games has provided us with a range of fresh screenshots for the upcoming Cargo Line Volume 3 and Volume 4 packs. These packs have previously added new liveries, detailed rolling stock and wagons, as well as brand new scenarios to routes and train sim world, and you can expect more of that to come in the upcoming add-ons. Sit back and enjoy the close-ups. Cargo Line Vol, 4 military. Both of these packs are moving towards final development and are having beta tester feedback implemented before moving on to further testing. We'll be sure to check back in when they are closer to being released, with new details on what you can expect. See all the cargo line screenshots we shared from Skyhook in our Season of Reveals Week 3 summary thread. Finally, we shared a final teaser from the Skyhook team at a new unrevealed add-on we'll be announcing at a future date. New screenshots for the Great Western Express Remaster. We shared more screenshots for the upcoming GWE remaster coming right, with additional details coming from our game designer Liam, who worked closely on developing the West Somerset Railway remaster. Liam, conductor mode support for the HSD and the Class 166 is now fully in, with players being able to play as the conductor by using a newly modeled guard panel on the MK3 coaches for HSD services along with the rear cab guard controls for the Class 166. All stock found on both GWE and Diesel Legends will also have working suspension along with the latest weather effects, AI horns which you will hear at points on the route, and revamped to D4 lighting. This includes fixes to light leaks which could be found on some of the stock. New details for the Tatami line from Union Workshop. Now we interlude to the beautiful Tatami line Aizu-Wakamatsu Tatami route, where Union Workshop provided all new screenshots for the stunning scenery. Get ready for narrow gauge traction as you carry out local passenger service amongst the mountains. In this add-on, you'll be operating the Kiha 40 diesel railcar 88 km of track, visiting 28 stations with Japanese signaling and safety systems as well as native Japanese language support, due to TSW. Cardiff City Network, Raider and Corton to Penarth and Beatcare. Through the second week of our reveals, we announced the official title of Cardiff City Network, Raider and Corton to Penarth and Beatcare. This will be our first TSW Welsh route, a diesel-only experience across the heart of the Cardiff city centre in Wales. Dive right in with the new Transport for Wales BR Class 153 and the Transport for Wales BR Class 150/2 and across 20 miles of track, and enjoy a huge variety of gameplay compacted together with loads of stations to discover and plenty of shorter lines and interconnected services. The ARC Class 104 and Peak Forest expansion pack from Centrax Studios. We've also got a bonus update to close off the week from Centrax Studios, sharing a new in development screenshot for their Cop wagon as part of the Peak Forest expansion pack they have been working hard on. Santa Fe gameplay pack for Kajan Pass from High Iron Simulation. Hearing more from the High Iron Simulations team on their upcoming Santa Fe gameplay pack for the Cajon Pass route, set in the early 1990s, be taken to a time when Warbonnet Red and Silver and Striking Blue and Yellow and SF diesels powered heavy tonnage and hot intermodals across the legendary California Pass. It will feature two Santa Fe locomotives, the SD40-2 and SF's blue and yellow freight livery, and the powerful C40-8W dressed in the Warbonnet red and silver livery. These will reflect Santa Fe specific details, including the distinctive inset lower headlight of the rebuilt SD40-2s and the unique gold wing cab of the C40-8W diesels. Upcoming Netherlands route, Spurlingswol, Groningen. A new country and a new challenge awaits you in Zwolle, Groningen. You'll be getting your hands on two new highly iconic Dutch trains with the route, dashing between commuter towns with the modern NS SNG3 and peering over the raised cab of the uniquely shaped NS Heiken Koploper. Enjoy these in development screenshots for the new loco. As for the route itself, we don't have any screenshots to share yet, but you can expect a twin-track electrified mainline running between two major cities and exploring the rural landscape of the Netherlands over a staggering 105 km of track, with 8 new stations to explore. Thomas and friends visit the West Somerset Railway. If you didn't catch it, we are delighted to announce Mattel's Thomas and Friends trademark is coming to Train Sim World. In collaboration with our friends at Mattel, Thomas and Friends trademark Visit the West Somerset Railway will be an add-on coming to Train Sim World next year. Naturally, the star of the show is Thomas the Tank Engine, with his friends Annie and Clarabel joining him, adding an element of mischief as Diesel and the troublesome trucks. What will they get up to? Unlike previous add-ons, the gameplay here is entirely story-driven, with a fun narrative that follows the adventures of Thomas and his friends during their visit to the West Somerset Railway. We'll talk further about this very exciting release very soon, but as a brief summary. 1. Mattel's Thomas and Friends is coming to Train Sim World in 2025. 2. Add-on will require Train Sim World 5 and the West Somerset Railway add-on. 3. Characters, Thomas the Tank Engine, Annie, Clarabel, Diesel, and the troublesome trucks. 4. Gameplay will consist of a multi-part story with a fun narrative. 5. Tutorials for Thomas and Diesel will exist in Training Center. 6. An additional timetable will feature the Thomas and Friends characters. 7. The characters can be driven on any route add-on using free roam. To hear more about this exciting collaboration, watch our Fireside Chat, hosted by Jamie, our resident Thomas fan in the community, with executive producer Matt Peddleson, as they both chat to special guest Ian McHugh about his involvement with Thomas and Friends over the years, and explain more about bringing Thomas to Train Sim World. Patches and updates. Over December, our teams were happy to release the large WCML timetable improvements, major updates to the Scott Rail Class 158 from Skyhook Games, alongside many key bug fixes in our December 10th and December 17th patches. However, we understand the struggle with ongoing performance issues and crashes that are happening frequently. Our next patch to Train Sim World 5 will continue to focus on the stability for core routes, in particular to West Coast Main Line and Frankfurt Fulda, as well as any progress we've made from our investigations on saving memory and improving performance. Once we've got a full list of changes ready, we'll share news about when you can expect this, but the aim we're working towards is an update later in the month. As our teams work to bring this update to you all, we shared a guide for some potential workarounds to key issues that may help prevent textures loading at a lower resolution and crashes from happening. This should be most beneficial for those on console platforms PlayStation and Xbox who are having performance issues. We can't say for sure how much of an impact the following changes will have, but from our initial testing, our teams have been able to avoid certain common crashes by following the guidance below. 1. Weather. We found that many crashes seem to occur when dynamic weather is active in areas, especially in rainstorm or snowy conditions, where a high amount of memory is already being used, for example, near Euston Station. We recommend using custom, clear weather to help prevent crashes happening. 2. Photo mode. Opening photo mode and taking photos when entering or around areas of high memory usage can also lead to a crash, so be aware that if you're lining up the perfect screenshot, be sure you saved and be prepared just in case. 3. Display mode. Using 4K has been found to increase the likelihood of a crash, so please be mindful of this. And if you're experiencing a number of crashes, consider lowering this to HD. 4. Custom liveries. You may find that turning off any custom liveries you have on your local when driving may help prevent texture memory issues or crashes. 5. Class 390 Pendolino. We've recently made some optimizations to the Class 350 in our November 17th update. However, we've not yet implemented optimizations for the Class 390. So if you're still experiencing issues with performance after going through the above steps, it may be worth trying to use the Class 350 in the same area to see if that helps prevent issues/crashes. Following some of these steps may be difficult when playing specific scenarios and modes, but we wanted to give you all the knowledge we have as we keep working hard to improve the experience as much as possible. Thank you all for helping us identify these crashes and staying patient as we prepare more optimizations. Community Corner. Let's now turn our attention to amazing work and news happening around the community. PC Editor Community Spotlight. It's time to shine the spotlight on more incredible community-created projects using the PC Editor. As a reminder, these are all custom community-created projects that Dovetail are not developing, so please do not use the following list as an indication of areas we intend to share officially for TridentZ World. We also may have amended some screenshots to hide official licenses being displayed. 1. Toronto Subway by P. Wilson 79. Starting the project back in November 2023, P. Wilson 79 is recreating the TDC, Subway, and Gloucester Railway Carriage and White & Company Gloucester G1 subway car, as they were on opening day on March 30th, 1954. Recent updates in the last few weeks have shown progress on the Gloucester's cab interior and route scenery. 1. Cottbus Berlin by Taurus CB, Emil and Nexus Craft. An ambitious group project with 100 km plus of track plans started properly in September last year with further updates in November before the holiday break. They have already implemented track data and are building on the scenery with a selection of wonderful screenshots on their project page. 1. Zag's Gas Tanker by Ran05. This user has shared their development on a custom-made gas tanker model with plenty of fine modeling details and screenshots to show it outside the station within TSW. Please keep sharing your amazing projects on the PC Editor forums and tag us if you want to be given a highlight in an upcoming article. For those who are keen users of the PC Editor already, and to anyone who is keen on learning, then we have some good news coming soon. First up on new features, we have plans for further improvements to help simplify the process of getting custom-made mods and projects into TSW with the Mod Manager. Additionally, we're looking at ways we can provide uncooked landscape materials and potentially a Class 66 model to help you learn more about the technical setup within the engine. If you're keen to jump in, but don't know where to start, we have a couple videos in our PC Editor Masterclass playlist on YouTube you can watch, and this year we plan to kickstart a new series of much shorter, more compact clips of ways you can learn and utilize the editor. Initial videos will focus on understand the UI, but we aim to also take you through the process of implementing a custom-made 3D model and getting it fully working in TSW. Be sure to also check out the fantastic community resources available on our PC Editor tutorial master thread if you're looking for more support. We also wanted to give you some insights on using the PC Editor from Johannes Hartmann, the developer for the upcoming Mildmay line we shared above, who started using the tool and is now directly working with us to release new routes to TSW. Johannes embarking on the Mildmay line project with the public editor was an incredible journey. With no prior experience in Unreal Engine or train simulator development, the learning curve was undeniably steep, but the process was immensely rewarding. What began as a personal experiment to familiarize myself with the Unreal Engine and TSW development tools has grown into something I'm truly proud of: the Mildmay line route DLC. Throughout this journey, the public editor community was an invaluable source of support and encouragement, and the available tutorials provided a helpful starting point. With the recent announcement of planned updates and new tutorials for the public editor, I'm even more excited about its potential. If you've ever considered creating something for TridentZ World, I wholeheartedly encourage you to dive in. The tools, the community, and the creative possibilities are waiting for you. Thank you, Joanne's, and thank you to everyone who continues to support the community PC editor projects. TridentZ World 5 free starter pack no longer available. We are now beyond January 9th, 2025, and so the TSW5 free starter pack offer has ended. We are very grateful to have welcomed so many players into TSW5 this year, and we look forward to seeing you around our community spaces. Be sure to check out some of the official channels and community-run areas we are active in. January Monthly Mastery Challenge. Don't forget, you can earn this month's reward decal by completing January's Monthly Mastery Challenge. Xbox Publisher Sale now on and get Sherman Hill for free. Xbox players rejoice. Starting today, we've got a range of discounts now available lasting until January 27th, 2025. Save big on both Train Sim World 5 and a selection of add-ons in the Xbox Publisher Sale. We also have another free route available to download and keep forever. Following our previous offers on Steam, Epic, and PlayStation at the end of 2024, for a limited time, only pick up Sherman Hill, Cheyenne, Laramie completely free to download on Xbox, and it will remain in your libraries to keep forever. This offer is available from 001 UTC on 14th January to 10:00 UTC on 28th January 2025, so be sure not to miss out. Be taken though part of the Transcontinental Railroad are the Rocky Mountains and past the historic Roundhouse at Cheyenne, where much of Union Pacific's real-life heritage operations take place. Learn more about the Xbox sales and the Sherman Hill route in our Xbox Publisher Sales Now on article. City Transport Simulator, Tram full release in consoles. If you've been following along with the early access of CDS, Tram, we are excited to approach the full release, with the launch to Xbox Series S/X and PlayStation 5 platforms coming later this month on January 28, 2025. Since the launch of CTS, Tram in early access in June of last year, the team at View App has been hard at work continuing to implement community feedback and new features. At that time, the rail network covered 22.5 kilometers and included 39 stops along with 10 endpoints. Today, you can explore over twice that distance with 46 kilometers of diverse tracks throughout the city, featuring 55 stops and 15 termini. In addition to the ULFA1, ULFB1, and R2.2B trams that have been available since June, you can now expand your collection with the Stat Regio tram, Type D Vienna tram, E1 Vienna tram, and GT8 and Mannheim tram. Plus, don't miss out on the Depot Plus South Route add-on for even more exciting content. TSW Track 2025. Over the holiday break, we also took time to celebrate all of the community in our yearly TSW Track summary. Just short of the staggering 30 million game sessions played, our top routes in TSW4 and TSW5 this year are the East Coast Main Line and Frankfurt-Fulda, Kinzig-Daubahn. On the way, you grabbed 7.6 million collectibles and managed to cover over 387 billion kilometers of track, which is the same distance as traveling to Pluto and back 36 times. Let's break some new records this year. Is there any other bits of data you'd want to learn more about? Roadmap live stream. Exec producer Matt and senior community manager Alex will be talking about all the things we featured above and answering your submitted questions in our January 2025 Roadmap live stream. The stream will begin from 19:00 UTC on our YouTube and Twitch channels. Have a question for us? Put it in our January 2025 Roadmap queue in a thread, and we'll answer as many as we can live tonight.